Hello and a very warm welcome back. If you just joined us, we're in Woodmead today, just north of Johannesburg, and this is the venue for the latest in the series of New Age Business Briefings brought to you by the SABC, and today very kindly sponsored by Transnet. And safety and security very much in focus, given the local government elections that are coming up next week, and also the kind of violence, intimidation that we've seen in the run-up to these elections, and other also security issues and concerns that we'll be looking at during this conversation. So please engage at Morning Live SABC, hashtag TNA BizBrief if you have a question that you'd like to put forward to the Minister, the Acting National Police Commissioner, and the Deputy Head of the Hawks as well. They're here, as well as a live audience that we have. Okay, Minister, we're going to start engaging people here and also at home, but, you know, in trying to get ready for these local elections and securing them, what would you say are your focal areas? What do you need to do to make sure that these elections are indeed secure?
There are broadly 6 focal areas for our work in securing the elections. The first area, of course, is the question of static protection of voting stations themselves. The second area is the question of the roving reaction teams, particularly in medium and high-risk areas. Now, you remember I spoke to the high-risk areas at some point, the reduction thereof, but also we have also had a reduction around the medium-risk areas from 5,000 voting districts to now 1,300 and some odd number, and so it goes. Now, that talks to the question of deployment of specialized sort of units, for an example, to deal with any possible sort of flare-ups, if any, on the voting day. The third area is the question of escorting of voting material and IEC staff. So, again, for our people to be able to exercise their right to vote, you must have the IEC staff, and you must have voting stations, and you must have the election material and so on. For successful elections. The fourth area is a question of patrolling your hotspot areas. So it's fine that we have identified them, but we must then patrol. We must then also upscale where the need arises and so on. So our nature of deployment is going to be informed, and it is informed by how the material conditions manifest themselves in a given sort of voting districts, for instance, or voting area and so forth. The fifth area is a question of investigation of crimes. So we continue to do that. As we said, last night we had to arrest 2 more other people, for instance, relating to the so-called politically related sort of incident and stuff. So we'll continue to conduct investigations where necessary. The last area that we're also emphasizing on is a question of effective coordination mechanism. So police must do what they're supposed to do, but they must also effectively coordinate with other security agencies, be it your state security, your crime intelligence and intelligence operatives, broadly speaking, and other structures, of course, at a community level to ensure that the overall environment is safe and secure.
Okay. Just before we go to the floor, Acting National Police Commissioner, political parties have been complaining, some of them anyway, that you haven't been protecting them. We had an incident that was very well publicized in Tembisa. EFF leader Julius Malema says that you guys didn't protect him. They went in there to campaign and they were assaulted and the police didn't do enough. Have you done enough to take care of the political process of campaigning and keeping all of these people safe?
As the South African Police Service, we protect each and every citizen and everyone who is in our country. And we do not discriminate against anyone, whether a political party or any organization. And we have deployed police in all instances. It is a requirement that where there is a gathering, we are advised in advance to enable our planning. Unfortunately, when people go to places where we are not informed, where we will not have done deployment, we then react if there is something that is happening there. I said earlier on that we are going into a weekend, which is a final push from a political perspective. The EFF will be one of those parties that are doing their final rallies. There is going to be deployment there in line with our plans. We have no obligations to be dedicating our resources around a specific individual. Protection and security services are services rendered to those that are entitled to in as far as the principles are concerned, and a political party leader will not necessarily fall under that category. Only if there is a threat and threat assessment was done, which suggests that such a person is entitled to protection of some kind, we then do so. But in this particular instance, I think it's an unfair criticism towards the police. The police will continue to do what they are supposed to be doing, and if there is any discomfort from anyone, they are within their rights to approach the police station and lodge a complaint.
All right. Lieutenant General, how do you inspire confidence in your ability to detect, preempt, and protect when we saw places like Vuwani, for example, and this happened over a period of days. It wasn't just one day, but people come in the middle of the night. It went on for a number of days, and people were left wondering, how is it that this can happen? That 21 schools can get burned, and the police are unable to deal with it.
Peter, I think from an investigative point of view, as it is indicated, perhaps we get reactive because incidents have taken place already. So working with the intelligence community, as I indicated earlier, working with the detectives that will be taking some of those matters. We work as a team. We also, as the DPCI, work in terms of looking who are the people who are planning all these things and so on. So unfortunately, if incidents have taken place already, it is then incumbent on the investigations to investigate those matters successfully and people be taken to court.
Or perhaps the question I should be asking is, can we prevent another Vuwani type drama that goes on for days and people are going berserk?
I think I must deal with this matter. There is not going to be another Vuwani. The Vuwani that you have experienced is not going to be repeated. And I must say, those that are making noises talking about Vuwani being a no-go area, better keep quiet, because we are going to invade that space. That which had happened in Vuwani is unfortunate, and we have revised our plans, done the necessary deployment. A number of the cadets that you were referring to that will be graduating today are going to invade Vuwani. And we want to assure the people of Vuwani that they will have a platform to go and vote. And the police will be there to safely and secure them, to make sure that they are able to exercise their democratic right. We will want to call on all those that continues to make irresponsible comments to refrain from doing so. In any event, if they don't, we will silence them in a way. We will approach them. In this coming week, they must never even think of saying such.
Okay, all right. This next question might actually tell you.
Sounds very dangerous. Silence. Let me clarify this. I don't think the acting national commissioner means it in the other way around.
Yes.
It's in terms of following all the legal processes and so on, so that we shouldn't be quoted as saying we're going to silence people.
Okay. All right. Let's go to table number 6, where we'll find Molokeng Mbedzi. Table number 6.
Good morning to you all. Good morning to the viewers.
Yes, morning, ma'am.
My question to the whole panel this morning is that it's actually for my own selfish reasons. I come from Tshwane and there were chaos. I just want to know, are there any additional security measures that are going to be implemented in Tshwane? Thank you.
Okay, so we saw Tshwane in flames. We saw people get killed even. Will we not? Can you assure us it won't happen again?
Look, firstly, I think we should recall that we stabilized Tshwane in a matter of 24 hours, actually, within that range. It flared up, but we were able to contain it and deal with it. But also, even in terms of the matter that occurred at the showgrounds, we also have a suspect behind bars. So we arrested that person, and that person is attending court. Can we assure you that it's not going to happen? Of course, it's not going to happen. It's part of the areas, for instance, that firstly we do feel that we have stabilized it, as we will all know, and so on. But secondly, is that in any event, it is also one of the areas that we are paying a specific focus on to ensure that you go to the elections freely as an ordinary member of that community in Tshwane.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick break, but before that, Acting National Police Commissioner, we've seen a party that's, through its own fault, been excluded from taking part in the local government elections, particularly in the KwaZulu-Natal area where they're strongest. And my fear often is when a people feel disenfranchised for whatever reason, that this could be a potential hotspot. Is this something that you've taken into consideration? Is this something that concerns you?
In our assessment, we take into consideration such pressures, and our deployments gets informed by the assessment which was made, and we are well aware that the emotions may be on the high side in that regard. We will not take our focus away from that area. But having said that, let's not make a mistake of only confining it to KwaZulu-Natal, because the NFP are not necessarily a KwaZulu-Natal based party, and we have looked at our hotspots, and yes, it will be a contributing factor that will inform our deployment.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll get more questions from the floor here, but also from you. I've already noted some of the issues that you're raising, and we'll be coming to you right after this. Stay with us.